the original Halloween and the sequel and H2O and the remake. The reason why I'm not reviewing the other ones is because, in my opinion, they all suck. But yeah. I once had them all, and it took me a long time to find all of them because I didn't have Amazon back in the day. So, yeah, it took me about 3 years to find all of them. But then once I watched them all back to back, I realized the only good ones are these three, mainly because Jamie Lee Curtis is in them. And anyway, as far as the first one, I love it and the story, but unfortunately, I never cared for the acting. Like, other than Jamie Lee Curtis, it sucks. Like, I don't even like Donald Pleasance in it. But even the other supporting cast is not good, in my opinion. But, yeah. But the story is really good. It actually has that creepy feel to it, and the fact that the killer isn't a mask and you don't know who he is after you and all that, it's just really creepy to me. Um, but then the sequel came out, and Jamie Lee Curtis's acting has improved since the last one because she did good. However, her crying seemed really fake to me. But in this one, it's better. Like, she's had a lot of more years in practice, and because the first one was her first movie she was in. And the main reason she got the role for Laurie Strode is because her mom is Janet Leigh from Psycho, which I think is neat. Um, and then, second one, the story is kind of, I mean, it's good as far as the telling of her brother, it being her brother and all that, but other than that little part of the story of the movie, it's kind of bland. Like, all it does is walk through the hospital and kill people. But it's still a good sequel, and it still holds up, and it's still one of my favorites compared to other scary movies. But it's nowhere near the first one, of course. But then there's H2O, which I thought was great because Jamie Lee Curtis, I don't know, she just advanced so much as an actress, and I don't know, she's a stronger character to me in that movie because, I don't know, she hasn't given up yet, she still has a kid, and, which I really like the story of H2O, how it kind of tears apart Laurie Strode and her son's life apart. Like, their bonding is not very good, for one, because of just her being down so much about her brother trying to kill her, and all of her friends died, and so she became like an alcoholic, which didn't really play much into the movie or anything. It's kind of explained more than anything. But, I don't know, it's just a really good story, and the acting is really good. And Michelle Williams, it's one of her first roles, I think, and she did great in it. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's one of my favorite actors, but unfortunately his part got cut pretty quick, literally. um, but Jamie Lee Curtis is great in it, and the movie's great. I love the ending, how it ties in the first two and didn't really acknowledge the other ones because I don't like them anyways. Because the acting gets even worse from there. And the story, I just didn't like it. I didn't like how Laurie Strode supposedly died in the car wreck or whatever. That was just lazy writing. And probably because Jamie Lee Curtis didn't want to do the movies or something, but they shouldn't have done that. They should have just had another actress play Laurie Strode or something, anything than what they did, which I'm glad they didn't, because otherwise we wouldn't have H2O. And it's not really popular at all. I mean, a lot of people don't like it because it ignores the other movies, but I think it's really good, and like I said, it has a good ending. She finally kills him and cuts his head off, and then the Halloween theme comes on, and it's just amazing. But then, as far as, like, I don't know, it's just, I don't like the other ones. I don't know why. I guess because I don't like the mask and the other ones, and that's a really important part of the character of Michael Myers, and the acting sucks, the story sucks. I did like Danielle Harris. She was good. That's the only good part about the other movies. 4 and 5, that is. And Curse, I didn't like it, which I thought it was pretty creepy. The mask was good in that movie. But then the remake, I was really excited about this because I liked Rob Zombie a lot at the time as the director from House of Thousand Corpses. I was a really big fan of that. For some reason, I kind of grew out of it. I guess I didn't like the ending of House of a Thousand Corpses with the monsters and stuff. I thought it didn't tie in with the rest of the movie at all. But anyway, I was really excited for this because I thought he'd make it really dark, which I liked that aspect of it. However, in the first 45 minutes of the movie, when Michael's a kid, all his stepfather does is cuss and say fuck this and fuck that, and it's just really annoying. And it takes away from the story. And I don't know why Rob Zombie had to make him like a Trailer Trash Family, like cussing out the kids and saying how her daughter has a nice little dumper or some shit like that. But I really like the kid that played the young Michael. I thought he was really good, and that was like the best part of the movie is whenever he was in the sanitarium. And but then from there on, it kind of goes directly when he breaks out right to the original, which I liked it, but it seemed kind of rushed. They should have just made that. I don't know, maybe they should have like cut that part in half of the movie to make it a sequel instead of that garbage we got of the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And then maybe we would have had a third one. But it was a pretty good remake, better than most. But as far as I was saying, the cussing is horrible. And the unnecessary sex scenes just takes away from the story. And it doesn't do anything for me. But it surprisingly doesn't have it does have a lot of gore in it compared to the other ones, the originals, but it's not that bad compared to most Rob Zombie's stuff. But it was alright. But I give these first 3 movies a good rating. That's all I'm giving it. I'm not saying what number I like it because I just like them all, and I'm not really gonna rate them. I just like the first one and the second one and H2O, and the remake's pretty good.